Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, a game I will never lose at again. We got a little highway blindness situation going on. Last run was one of the easiest runs we've had in terms of just like securing a victory. 17 FB, 14 SF. 17 Facebooks, 14 San Franciscos. Something's wrong with this ratio. Why is no one looking into the Facebook to San Francisco ratio? Okay. Speed is below average, but not horrible. Rate of fire is bad. Damage is good. Luck is mostly irrelevant. And what is our... It's Butterbean. Crap. Alright, so we got a very kind of like traditional Isaac run. Or Eden run, really. But to avoid the ambiguity. The main problem... Ooh, that's amazing. There's two main problems. Rate of fire is horrible. Well, there's three main problems. Without being super duper complainy, there's three main problems. And then I'll talk about the benefits. Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines obstacles as... No, I'm being sarcastic here. We need to hopefully drastically improve our rate of fire. We want to quickly pick up a little bit of HP, because, you know, everything looks fine now, but things get bad real quick once that first spirit heart dies. And then, to replace our spacebar item with something useful would be nice as well. Butterbean, you know, it has its defenders out there, but it's actually just, like, almost indefensible in my... I would never take it except if I had no spacebar item, and even then I might be like, is it even worth walking over there? I don't know, I'm 50-50. Rate of fire or HP, please. Oh, well, how about everything? So we got HP, we have bombs now. Pop this down here. Oh, dude. Things are looking pretty nice. There's another tinted rock up here, so we'll go peep that real quick. Well... all of a sudden, it's tough for me to complain, and maybe it should have been for a while there, but oh my god. You know, we probably got two of the best items you could conceivably get from an item room and then a boss room, respectively. Well, and that really... Excuse me, sir. That pretty much cements it that, like, everything's looking great on this run. I mean, we have 10 damage on the second floor. I have no idea what the point of that room is, but sure, kind of cool. Yeah, we have 10 damage on the second floor. 10 damage, also my favorite mispronunciation of Cheers and Fargo Season 2 actor Ted Danson. Sorry, I forgot my target audience. He's the old guy on The Good Place, okay? I haven't seen it yet, but I know it's popping. We do still want... rate of fire. Oh my god, what did... I must have, like, done something amazing in a past life, or, like, I can't even... Please. I can't even fathom the amount of, like, positive dice rolls we've had to start this run off on the right foot. This is some classic Northernlion luck, and you know what? I'm happy to get back to it. As Tiger Woods always said, though, you make your own luck, and that's a guy who knew a thing or two about getting lucky, right? He's still alive. Shouldn't talk about him as if he's in the past tense. He, you know, he made some mistakes in his life. Well, I won't even call them mistakes. It's really up to him to decide. They look like mistakes from the outside, at the very least, but... Okay, we got Onsus, Burkano. We'll use Burkano. We might as well use Onsus, find a secret room. Onsus doesn't find a secret room? Fair enough. Hold Black Rune for potential use later. How do you use Black Rune? You use it to replace... After you replace Butterbean, you use Black Rune to suck up Butterbean. This is a bad situation for me. I should not have picked up the HP. In my defense, I was not intending to pick up the HP. I just happened to be standing literally right next to it. Oh, we do find the secret room, and it's adjacent to the curse room. It might not be the fastest a run has ever gone, like 0 to 60, but it's real friggin' quick. 3 minutes ago, we had 1 red heart, 1 spirit heart, 4 damage, 0.9 speed. Now, we have 1.4 speed, no red hearts, but I mean, obviously we're No! Yes, maybe? A worse rate of fire, but our damage is like over tripled. So we lost Black Rune, which sucks, but we got Shielded Tears. What's worth more? Probably Shielded Tears, especially if we got piercing shots. And you know these guys, sometimes they got some good stuff. Hiding out. 2 bombs for 4 cents. It's a crap deal, but this is outrageous. You can't look at this run and say anything other than thank you. What are you doing? We already ran invincibility last time, and personally I think it's probably worth it, but I don't really want to speed downgrade. Telekinesis is fine. I'd rather take, I mean, it's better than fine. But 48-hour energy? Yeah, we'll peep it. Mom's bottle of pills, telepills, puberty. Keep taking these puberty pills. Telepathy, or sorry, telekinesis is one of the better spacebar items in the game, I think. I just don't always have the opportunity to use it, because it kind of depends on where your offense and defense balance lies. And we got great everything right now, so really the best reason to take telepathy is because our other spacebar item was Butterbean, which has essentially no use whatsoever, so it's a really good reason if I've ever heard one. In hindsight, don't know if it was worth it to go to that room. In foresight, I probably should have known that it was not worth it, but... Now, what does telepathy do? It's an item that, you know, you may actually have not seen. When enemies shoot at us, we can pop telepathy and freeze their shots and then shoot them back at them. Now, at some point... Oh, what's going on with the frames there? At some point, it would be nice to... you know, have an enemy that shoots bullets at us. I don't know if there's another functional use for it, but we'll see. Alright, 8 bombs. I mean, like, the other thing is, now that I think about it, it's actually, like, highly useless for now, just because we also have shielded tiers, so we're destroying enemy shots easily to begin with. Dude, give me that speed upgrade. We've already been to our item room. Let's get the heck out. I'm not trying to rush this run. It's more like they gave me 13 damage and, you know, literally doubled my speed early in the run. What's a man to do? It's incredible. I almost think that it's worth... I don't almost think. I actually think it's worth stepping on those. We lost a Spirit Heart and gained like 12 cents. Sign me up. Yeah, this is popping. Now's about the time, because in the last episode I went on a diatribe. That's right, I've read the dictionary. It's my favorite book. I went on a diatribe and it was like, I'm not gonna feel bad for Unicorn Stump carrying me because we've earned it. This run, we didn't earn. But sometimes you just gotta accept, you know, you're gonna get blessed and you're gonna get cursed at different times in your life, and we're lucky enough to be living through a blessed phase right now. It's my favorite, like, fake smart guy thing. Reading the dictionary. That or, like, arguing with your friend about something, like, you know, which Power Ranger is the coolest, and using the thesaurus to make your argument seem stronger. Oh, dude. Give me Undefined. At least it gives us, like, some kind of, potential fun, zane, usefulness, etc., etc. Like, everybody, and if you don't know this kid, you probably were this kid. And don't feel like I'm attacking you, because there were times when I was this kid, but I have a friend who is way more this kid than I was, and he might still be. And it's not Mouth. Every time I say, I got a friend that blah blah, people assume one of two things. They assume I'm talking about myself, and I'm embarrassed to admit it was me, or they assume I'm talking about Mouth. Yo, I had more than 2 friends, and Mouth is normal, for the most part at least. You know, I mean, he's a little twisted, as all of us are, but... not twisted in like a criminal sense, like twisted in like a... it's kind of a weird... Not weird, not even eccentric. Quirky, I think, genuinely quirky. As everybody who's in this business is, you know? What was I gonna say? Oh, is that, you know, they'll have an argument. Well, I think that The Matrix 2 is bad. Actually, the Nietzschean philosophical themes in The Matrix Revolutions, and then they would, like, italicize it or whatever. They brought a certain layer of je ne sais quoi, and the mise-en-scene from the Wachowskis was, unbelievable. You wouldn't understand the allegorical parallels to the microcosmical, Jesus allegory. Okay, cool. Well, enjoy eating lunch alone because you wanna argue about pedantic trash. I have been that kid before, for sure. You age out of it, hopefully. You know, once every 6 months, I do this exact same tangent. People are very nice to me when they talk about my language skills most of the time. Occasionally, they're like, you say pasta weird. You say lava weird. Sure, more power to you. But they're like, well, I learned a lot of new words from watching NL. I don't endeavor to use underappreciated words because they make me look smart. But I really do value a lack of ambiguity, and I pronounced that one weird. A lack of ambiguity, I should say, in communication. I like to say, for the most part, I should say, exactly what I mean. You know, particularly it comes, let's try it. We should have saved telepills in case but we want to go to the error room, so yeah, what do we care? We actually should go to the shop probably now as well. When we're joining a lobby in the NLSS, this is the perfect example. I'm always, I endeavor to be specific in my instructions because I'm trying to get somebody to accomplish a task as easily as possible. You know, it's like being tech support. So I don't say, hey, just join on me. I'll be needlessly descriptive. Press Shift Tab, find me in your friends list, you know, right click on my name and then click join game. And if it doesn't exist, please let me know. And then, you know, nothing tilts me more, and I have nothing but love for all of my boys in blue. The NLSS co-hosts, recurring guests, independent consultants for tax purposes, etc., etc. Nothing annoys me more than when they reply, it's not working. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean it's not working? It just didn't work. Wait, there's so many. It said you got an error message when you try and join in the lobby. You know, I didn't appear online in Steam. The game itself crashed when this happened. Like, give me some more specific feedback, because then, you know, we could work from there. But anyway, I digress, because I'm not trying to throw stones while living in a house made of glass. But that's why I know that I have a large vocabulary, even though I say like a lot. And I say not too bad all the time. I get people that tweet me and they say, hey, I really like your videos, but could you please stop saying this thing so often that you're doing consciously and it's not just a habit you've had since you were like 9 years old? And I'm like, yeah, let me get right on that. And if you guessed that I was doing the jerk-off motion with my hand in the background, you are correct. As much as I appreciate the feedback, you know, it's hard, dude. It's not that easy. Yo, Guppy? Shade. Not too pleased with that. Ah, what floor are we on? Dank Depths 1. I can live with it. You always know that there's like a risk of this. And to be honest, to get the relic is really nice here. But yeah, I value unambiguous communication. It's not just like... I think some people take that the wrong way. And they think like, I think people are computers. And I'm like, if I input this immutable string, you'll output this. It's not like that. Oh, we're getting out. Let's go. It's just like that's the most... It bypasses the human element of, like, interpretation, which I think is so important. Miscommunication causes so many problems. That's why I try to keep things as literal and as specific as possible without just talking like a robot all the freaking time. We have... Oh, we have to go to our item room, and we probably want to go to the shop as well. This run is obviously incredibly great at this point. It's not quite as defensible. It's not quite as strong as our last run either, but It's a little bit more enjoyable, I think, just because I'm not pressing spacebar and entering every room one by one. Screw it, dude. I think we fight the boss and then teleport, and if we teleport to the air room, so be it. I'd like to see a deal with the devil if possible. Ooh, that was bad. It's like sometimes, you know, if we're meeting somebody at a train station, Kate gets mad at me, and I think deservedly so, because she expects her husband to have like some sense of human interpretation and just know what she's talking about, and I'm always overly specific. She'll be like, meet me at Waterfront Station at like 9:30 p.m. And I'm like, okay, Waterfront Station's a big place. You mean the front doors? You mean like next to A&W? You mean near the C-Bus entrance? She's like, why are you being so weird? I'm like, I know! I don't have an answer for that question. I'm just anal about it. Come on with the guppy items and the... Please? Plan C! Get out of my face. And we're out. I think that worked out fine. I always feel like when we talk, I'm a doctor. Somebody comes into the doctor's office and they're like, I don't feel well. You're like, okay, what's up? I don't know. I just don't feel well. They're like, oh, do you, like, you got low energy, you're lethargic? Nah, it's not I just don't feel well. You'd be like, all right, well, I've done all I can here. Please leave. I've served the value of the Hippocratic Oath, and you need to go now because you're wasting my time. When I go into the doctor's office, I'm like, when I bend over at the waist, I feel a pulsing in my neck for 2 to 3 seconds. And they go, okay, here's what this is, and like, here's why you have to worry about it, here's why you don't have to worry about it. I'm like, alright, sick. We're set then. That's my piece of feedback. It's not really a good piece of advice even, because if you start talking like I talk, you run the risk... Oh, you can make it, you can make it. You run the risk of a couple of things happening. One is people think you're a big old robot nerd. Please meet at the southwest entrance at 10:30 a.m. sharp. Or, if you use a word, like if instead of saying secret, you say clandestine, people think that you're like talking down to them or trying to show off. It's not like that. Clandestine has a very subtle but different meaning from secret. You know, like a surprise birthday party might be secret, but it's not clandestine. Clandestine has some kind of degree of shame or even malevolence, like a clandestine tryst or something like that. Or a clandestine scheme. Less like there's a secret birthday party going on. We're gonna have cake in the break room at 7:30, but please keep it clandestine. We don't want Jeremy to know. Okay, so we're so set here, dude. This is a great run. You know, there's a I rail on English language more than anybody I've ever known. I think there's so many things about English that are just idiotic. And it's not like they're idiotic by design, for the most part. It's just idiotic because, you know, the language has evolved over time. And you're like, do we want to change the rules of the language to make this make sense? Nah, just add like another word into the dictionary, and yeah, it's pronounced differently than every other word spelled like this, but so be it. You know, it's just the kind of... You have the same thing happen. I'm sure you've made projects in your life where you go in with the best of intentions, and then, you know, as things get... Ooh, let's go. As things get more and more complicated, you're like, well, I could completely... There's some good stuff here, but... I mean, I think Spun is on the horizon, but just give me Dogtooth, I guess. And, you know, as time goes on, you're like, man, it's going to be harder and harder to make this, like, compliant with the way that I want it to, and then you just get lazy to some extent. You start, it's more work to completely change it to make it work, like, perfectly than it is to just make it work. I don't think we need 2 trinkets. I walked into the fire. What is wrong with you? But you know, most words in English, you know, there's a reason for them. Why not? Yeah, I know we missed the item room here, but I'm unsurprisingly perhaps not that annoyed by it. Because we're still crushing it. Like, the run is extremely good. And if anything, I like getting a little flavor of Undefined here as well. Having fun with it again. So that's me railing in defense of the English language for once. It doesn't happen all that often. Enjoy it while it lasts. But French can frig off. Okay, so we actually, first off, I don't know what I'm talking about. But secondarily, we can't use Undefined on this floor. Because it runs the risk of ruining the run. Please? If we get an error room, we would be of the opinion that it's a bad time. As much as I love permanent Polaroid invincibility, I think I'm completely okay getting a red heart. That also comes with an attached speed upgrade. Yeah. I mean, I think we're well equipped here. Dude, duct tape is so weird on this run. All of our familiars essentially provide us with no value. Well, no offensive value, because that's just insulting. The relic is obviously amazing, and, you know, the cat head symbolizes the fact that we have 9 lives, which is incredible. I would never suggest that these are bad items for us. But offensively, they provide no benefit, except a little gish. And duct tape keeps them all standing in exactly the same location, which seems a little silly. I bet we are closing in on the boss over here. Again, I have to defend myself. There are runs in which I deliberately rush. This is not a deliberate rush. This is great damage, and great damage insanely early, combined with the, the relic, dude. Combined with the fact that we've, gotten a teleport item that has allowed / forced us to skip some floors in order to get the juicy meat out of it, but, you know, I think we've missed, I'm taking it. I think we've missed 2 item rooms, and we've gotten shielded tiers. Oh, dude, I forgot we had 9 volt. This is actually amazing. We've gotten shielded tiers in the Ankh. The Ankh is going to do nothing for us, but shielded tiers is extremely great. It's been doing amazing work. Gambled and lost on the selection there. No, that's okay. I'm really banking on Guppy for my own personal enjoyment, because we don't need it for survivability, but look at this. Spirit Art's coming fast and furious. I know you got something for me. I'd actually prefer a spider at this point. It's not like we're gonna need the HP. So the last blessing this run could give us before we get down to the nitty-gritty. I mean, I think this run's gonna end pretty quickly, honestly. I think it'll be over within, like, the next 10 minutes at maximum, unless we choose to fight Hush, which is possible, but with 12 cents, I would describe it as unlikely. I'm not getting Sack of Sacks either, not without the ability to fly. The last amazing thing we could expect to get here is a deal with the devil that gives us Guppy. Even just getting a deal with the devil would be worth a lot. Potentially. But a deal with the devil that gives us Guppy would be outrageous. Extremely easy. Yeah, I think we're equipped here. You know what smart guy thing I want in my house that I can't have yet because we live in a very small place? I want like 4 bookshelves. We got a decent number of books. I read a lot on Kindle as well, but like... Ooh. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. Recently they've... Recently they've often been like textbooks, but still, I want like a bookshelf. Or a hallway with like 3 or 4 bookshelves in it. I feel like that's an accessory I'm missing out on in my life. I want people to be able to come over and be like, oh, you've read Head First Java, huh? What did you think of Chapter 6 using the swing library to create a user interface? Quite delectable. You know, I admire the bookshelf because it's a piece of furniture that's also like an accessory. It's like a big purse or something like that. You know, it accomplishes a task, but it also says something about yourself. Stop. Why did I take Dogtooth if I'm not going to really use it to find the secret rooms? I don't know. There's like, in my brain, there's a worm. Now, in my brain, there's like 2 classes of items. Damage upgrades and everything else. And every damage upgrade, barring a few exceptions, is better than everything else. So even though Dogtooth, when you've already upgraded your damage a lot, apparently, or maybe it's the multiplier from Magic Mush that does it, but, it's, I'm always gonna take it, even though it's just a minor upgrade. If all the other items are like 50-50, yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Very content with this run, by the way. Even making a run work with 18 rate of fire, even, is a little bit of a surprise in and of itself. Obviously, our damage has done a lot to make that plausible, but you get the idea. Yo. Ace of Hearts. I still don't know, like... You know, we talked about it on the NLSS maybe 2 weeks ago, which is now probably like a month ago by the time this video comes out, but... Again, I'm not gonna go on the defending the backlog diatribe, because you already know my thoughts on that subject. Ooh. I don't dislike it. Don't hit me. I'm Ryan. Let's go. And we were talking to, like, if you were a super millionaire and you built a mansion, you built your dream home, what kind of, like, rich person thing would you want in it? Would you want, like, a basketball court in your house, a bowling alley, a nice indoor swimming pool, you know, a games room with the, you know, every ping pong, pool table, etc., etc. you can ask for, a movie theater. It really felt like the other guys went for movie theater. I still don't know where I'd be. I wouldn't be against having a sick movie theater in my house, but for the most part, like, pretty content to just watch the stuff on the television. Bowling alley seems like way too much upkeep. Like, even if you could pay a person to upkeep it for you, I think you'd still be like, you know, at that point I'd be like, hey, you don't need to oil the lanes this week. I'm not gonna use them. Could you just get out of my face? I'm trying to watch something on the big screen here. I don't know what it would be. Same with like a tennis court. How much upkeep is there on a tennis court? Having something that gets you out of the house and exercising, I think, is worth considering. I'd probably go for an indoor pool. Swimming is just like the most fun of all the cardio exercises. It's the only one you do leisurely. For the most... Well, that's not true. As a child, though, when you think about it, you're like, let's go to the pool! Yay! No one's like, let's run for 45 minutes. The kid's gonna be like, why? It's unpleasant. Well, you get a certain sense of satisfaction out of, like, incrementally improving your cardiovascular fitness and also enter into, like, a meditative... I want to jump in the pool! You know? I understand that when you're swimming for exercise, it's a little different than just, like, splashing around, but still. The other one is riding a bike, which definitely people do leisurely and, well, I should say children. Because adults do all exercise leisurely. Not necessarily it's all for leisure purposes, but, you know, they'll be like, I don't feel right unless I've done my CrossFit. You're still alive? I don't know. What am I gonna... I'm not gonna build a velodrome inside of my house. A velodrome is a, you know, when you see cycling at the Olympics and it's inside of that arena, and it with, like, the banked walls, so you can kind of ride your bike up on them, and they got the, you know, speedrunner's helmet on. That's a velodrome. I'm not gonna build one of those in my house. As sick as that would be. And it would be sick. man, this run shouldn't be taking any damage against fistulas, but this run is just amazing. It's amazing where it started versus where it ended. It didn't finish with like the zaniest kind of setup or anything like that. I'm also a little disappointed that despite having 3.51 luck, we apparently can't get any chests, but considering the humble origins of this run, you know, this is not the story of a young lady from Kentucky who, you know, went to college. She was born to a poor family, worked her way up through undergrad, you know, started at the Reebok Corporation as a, you know, line worker and ended up being CEO. This is a story of like a 13-year-old who was born in Kentucky, and then she, at her high school talent show, she got discovered by EMI Records, and now she's worth like $10 billion. Like this run was discovered early. It had its big break immediately, and just kind of sustained that. Much like the universe had its big bang early and is still going strong. So thank you, game. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.